Madam Chairperson, we shall now invite Mr. Joshua Ang Yong Chuan from the Postgraduate Diploma in Education Junior College Program to deliver the valedictorian speech.
Associate Professor Muhammad Faisal Ibrahim, Parliamentary Secretary, Ministry of Education and Ministry of Social and Family Development, Ms. Chan Lai Fang, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education and Chairperson, NIE Council, Mr. Wong Siu Hung, Director General of Education, Ministry of Education, Professor Tan Win Singh, Director, NIE, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. I am Joshua Ang, and it is my honor today to deliver the valedictorian speech on behalf of the graduating PGDE JC secondary cohort. Today, we gather to celebrate the culmination of our year at NIE. To my fellow teachers, we've made it. Congratulations. We've worked hard. We've worked hard and learned much in this beginning leg of our life's journey as educators. As newly minted teachers, we are no longer responsible for ourselves, but also for our students' futures. This responsibility may at times be a huge burden, but the great thing is, we do not have to shoulder this alone. As students at NIE, we had incredible tutors whom we could turn to for help and advice. We had our friends who went through difficult times with us. During our practicum, we had our cooperating teachers who supported us and guided us in our baby steps as teachers. To all of these fine people, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Looking back, I would sum up the defining features of my year at NIE with two words: collaboration and relationships. One of the buzz phrases at NIE was collaborative learning. It was at NIE that I first encountered a pentagon-shaped table that allowed us to engage in group discussions as and when necessary. We could switch from listening to our tutors to discussing the problems they posed in an instant. I recall very fondly how my friends and I would rush and compete to get the seats that faced our tutor so that we wouldn't have to sit with our laptop screens exposed. I believe it was because we were studious and not because we wanted to shop online or watch football videos in class. And how many of you can remember the numerous group assignments we had to work on for every single course? It got so bad during term time that it became impossible to find a seat on level 3 of the library because every table was occupied with students engaging in group discussions. But the funny thing was, few people were actually talking because everyone was busy collaborating on their favorite platform, Google Docs. Google Docs, our best friend. It allowed any number of us to type on the same document at the same time, which made collaborative work a breeze. And since we teachers are the only ones in the entire civil service who will continue to have internet access on our work laptops, I'm positive that our relationship with Google Docs will continue to flourish. But I digress. I remember having to work with my group members in our social context of teaching and learning group assignments sometime in semester 2. It was past 9 p.m. and we were sitting in the area above the canteen, staring blankly at our laptops. We were due to present the next day at 8:30 a.m., but we could not agree on the best way to do so. I remember resenting having to collaborate on so many assignments and projects in NIE. Why can't I do this project on my own? Why do we need to collaborate on everything? It would be so much easier if I could dictate everything instead of having to reach a consensus. These were some of the thoughts that ran through my mind that night, and I suspect I was not alone here. I wish I could say in all honesty that I managed to shake these negative thoughts off, but they lingered on in my mind even though our group presentation went well. However, having gone through practicum, I now truly appreciate the value of collaboration. In the staff room, we work with other teachers to create shared resources for our students. We discuss how best to address the common weaknesses of our students' essays. We talk about the most appropriate pedagogies we can use to teach our students a particular topic. We also collaborate with teachers from other subjects to come up with a unified strategy to engage that one student who simply refuses to pay attention in class. Now, most of us probably haven't started with committee and CCA work yet, but I'm sure that the number of meetings we have to attend will increase rather than decrease. In short, being an effective teacher means having to collaborate with other teachers in order to achieve what is in our students' best interests. So, establish and maintain relationships with your colleagues in school, for without healthy relationships, collaboration is nigh but impossible. We would also want to build good relationships with our bosses, because they will be the ones filling in our EPMS form and determining our performance bonuses. No, that was a joke, in case anyone decided to take me seriously. In all seriousness though, we want to build relationships with our superiors and learn from their vast wealth of experiences, for they have much to offer in guiding us to be effective teachers. At Jurong Junior College, I was privileged to have a wonderful CT as well as a senior teacher who were forthcoming with their sharing and who provided me with many opportunities to learn. I also had the good fortune of having a few conversations in the canteen with my principal, Dr. Hang, who gave me many insights into the education system and on education in general. I remember clearly an occasion when a group of us disheartened new teachers were complaining in the canteen about how our students couldn't seem to do well despite the best efforts we put in. Dr. Hang enlightened us that we needed to calibrate our expectations and celebrate the little achievements attained by our students. As we work our best to help them, we should celebrate if, for example, a student who previously skipped classes starts coming to class and is engaged. This nugget of wisdom from Dr. Hang has helped me not to become jaded at work, and I'm grateful for his advice. Ultimately, we want to establish meaningful relationships with our students. As teachers, it is very easy for us to be sucked into the role of someone who merely delivers content. We often get caught up with helping our students to ace the examinations that we forget to relate to them in the most fundamental way, as fellow human beings. Nurturing the whole child goes beyond just the child's cognitive skills. Values and character are important too. But in order to shape our students' character, we first need to establish positive rapport with them and meaningful relationships as well. So let's take time to find out how their week was. Ask them about their dreams and aspirations. Encourage them when they fail and falter. Show an interest in their hobbies. And support them when they go out of school for their competitions, instead of only asking them when they can have a replacement class. During my practicum, I had a class that was difficult to handle because of disciplinary issues. I tried all sorts of different approaches, but to no avail. I would write, "See me," on some of the essays they failed, but it was an uphill battle trying to motivate them. This changed when I began to take the time to speak to the students individually outside of class, during little pockets of time such as after a tutorial or a lecture, or with groups of students during the recess or lunch break. We didn't talk about work, but rather about the things that interested them. Bit by bit, I began to understand where my students were coming from and what motivated them to act in the way they did in class. Gradually, the problems I faced with trying to handle them in the classroom started to recede, and I even had some students voluntarily coming to me for consultations when they had problems with their work, which really made my day. At this juncture, I am reminded of one of my favorite books, The Little Prince. In this book, the titular character cultivated a rose and tended to her every need. Somewhere down the line, the little prince is given this advice by a wise fox, and I quote, "It is the time you have wasted for your rose that makes your rose so important. You become responsible forever for what you have tamed. You are responsible for your rose." Likewise, we are responsible for the students we teach. Finally, let's treasure the relationships we have formed at NIE. I was privileged to develop close friendships with a group of classmates at NIE. During our practicum, we met up for meals from time to time despite our busy workloads. Over the course of the meal, we would vent our frustrations about our students and share what we had learned about the teaching strategies that did or did not work. We would also debate education policies and discuss our views about the education system. In this way, we supported and encouraged each other in this shared journey. To my friends, I am grateful for your friendship and humbled by the care you have shown me. Let's support one another in the years to come. Fellow educators, allow me to once again congratulate you on reaching this milestone in your career. I wish you all the best in the years ahead as you take on this noble task of developing young ones to their fullest potential. May you form lasting friendships and develop meaningful relationships with those around you. Thank you.